This is AP News Minute. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled against a law banning conversion therapy for LGBTQ+ kids in Colorado. 8 out of the 9 justices agreed that the law raises First Amendment free speech concerns. They sent it back to a lower court to decide if it meets a legal standard that few laws pass. Israeli police used a water cannon to disperse dozens of protesters in Jerusalem after Israel's parliament approved a new death penalty law. The law, which has been harshly condemned by the international community and rights groups, makes death the default punishment for Palestinians convicted of murdering Israelis. The Colombian army says it rescued 6 siblings who endured days of extreme conditions while hiding in the jungle. Authorities say the siblings hid because their parents were being threatened by a rebel group and they feared being forcibly recruited. People cheered as a Russian oil tanker docked at a Cuban port for the first time in 3 months. The lack of oil has worsened an economic crisis in Cuba that has left the population to deal with long blackouts and a severe shortage of food and medicine.
And a very good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Some of us are going to be starting the day with a little bit of cloud cover. Other folks are going to be starting the day with a little bit of sunshine. It's going to be a bit of a luck of the draw sort of a thing, just like it has been over the last couple of mornings. 65 at 7, 66 at 8, 69 by 9. Once again, starting things off on the warmer end of the spectrum. Maybe just a touch on the humid end as well. 73 degrees as we head into the later part of the morning. The average high temperature this time of year right around 70 or 71. We'll climb into the lower 80s this afternoon. A couple of isolated showers are going to be possible through the course of the afternoon, but most of us are probably going to spend the day dry, which at this point is going to be a bit of an unfortunate sort of a thing because we could desperately use the rain across the Tennessee Valley. If you're going to be out and about this evening, maybe post Artemis II launch, maybe you'd like to go and celebrate. It's definitely a big thing to celebrate here in the Rocket City. 80 degrees at 6, 78 at 7, 76 by 8, 73 degrees by the time we get to 9 o'clock. Now, before we ever even get to 6 o'clock this evening, you got to get to 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock this evening. And at that point in time, you'll find me out at the Space and Rocket Center. Really excited for the launch party there out at the Space and Rocket Center. My wife and I attended the Artemis I launch party. We had to get up significantly earlier in the morning, so we're both really excited to be able to go out this afternoon. So if you happen to find yourself at the Space and Rocket Center, feel free to say hello. Temperatures dropping into the lower 60s as we head into the overnight. Some of us might only drop into the mid 60s. My wife will be out at the Space and Rocket Center too, and she always seems to end up being far more popular than I ever am. As we head into your Thursday, temperatures once again climbing into the low and mid 80s across the area. Let's talk about opportunities for rain. A variety of opportunities for rain today, tomorrow, Friday. Unfortunately, it looks like the best opportunity is going to come at some point on Saturday, and that's probably going to linger as we head into your Easter Sunday, drying out Monday and Tuesday of next week. I say it's unfortunate because while we need the rain, nobody wants to deal with the rain for Easter. Here's Futurecast as we head into the later part of the morning, early into the afternoon. A mix of sunshine and cloud cover. A couple of spotty showers might develop. That activity will remain possible through the middle and later part of the afternoon before fizzling out as we head into the evening. We'll be dry through the overnight and then early into your Thursday morning. Once again, it'll be luck of the draw. Some of us get to enjoy a little bit of sunshine. Other folks have to deal with cloud cover for the Thursday morning commute. Spotty showers will be possible once again Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. Maybe a slightly better opportunity for some widespread rain Thursday night and then early into Friday morning. By the time we get to Tuesday of next week, most of us looking at somewhere between a half an inch to an inch of rainfall. Locally, I think we could end up getting right around an inch and a half. 81 degrees for your Good Friday, 83 for your Easter Saturday. Rain is likely going to come late into the night, early into your Easter Sunday morning. If you're one of those folks in charge of making plans for the outdoor sunrise services, you're definitely going to want to have a plan B. Still trying to figure out the timing of the cold front that is going to bring that chance of rain. But because it's a cold front, we are going to be colder on Easter Sunday. Temperatures in the afternoon only going to climb into the mid 60s. Got a high right around 64 degrees. 65 next Monday, 70 degrees next Tuesday, actually a bit below average. Stick around to Fox 54 Plus. Got more weather and traffic updates coming up.
Investigating one of their own after a traffic stop escalated into what the department calls a response to resistance event. Officials say Officer Malachi Compton, pictured here, stopped a driver for moving violations last Wednesday. Investigators say the driver got out of the vehicle and refused commands to get back inside, leading to a response to resistance event. The department says the encounter may have caused injuries to the driver. The driver was taken to a hospital in Compton, now on administrative leave, while an internal investigation continues. DPD says a preliminary assessment identified potential policy violations. Compton was recently involved in the controversial arrest of a street preacher on a disorderly conduct charge last month. The Decatur Police Department has faced major scrutiny in recent years, especially following the shooting of Steve Perkins. That shooting led to a civil lawsuit against the department and all of the involved officers, but yesterday a federal judge dismissed all the defendants except the shooter, Mac Marquette. Marquette is now being held solely responsible in both civil and criminal proceedings for the shooting that killed Stephen Perkins in September of 2023. The family of Steve Perkins seeking compensation from Marquette for the damages and liability of his actions that night, but it's all depending on what the criminal court decides. Their attorney, Lee Merritt, describes what they expect from the civil trial ahead.
This family is now entitled to a jury trial that will be open to the public. Up until that point, we start the process of discovery. Discovery is depositions, where we sit down and interview all the important witnesses, is interrogatories where we gather all the key documents. All of these are in preparation for trial, and it could take up to 6 months to a year in preparation of litigating the case.
Marquette currently scheduled to go on trial September 21st for the murder charge. Merritt says the civil trial will hinge on a guilty criminal verdict.
We are looking forward to finally getting the criminal case underway. The delay has delayed the civil case and has delayed the family's opportunity to grieve. When there is an ongoing civil action, when there's ongoing criminal cases, and families and communities are organized for justice, it doesn't give them the opportunity that the Decatur community hasn't had since Steve's death to properly mourn him, put policies in place to make sure it doesn't happen again, and to grow as a community. And so we are hoping the criminal case does finally move forward at the next trial setting.
Marquette currently scheduled to appear in court for the murder trial on September 21st. Merritt says the civil trial will hinge on a guilty criminal verdict.
In exactly 5 months, college football on the FCS level returns for a number of teams across the nation. And one of the biggest non-conference battles that week is taking place right here in the Rocket City. UNA and Sanford will kick off their respective seasons right here at Joe Davis Stadium. The kickoff classic has now been dubbed the Story Financial Partners Bowl, and it will be the first college football game played inside the revamped stadium. Lions head coach Brent Dearman talked about the level of excitement there will be in the first month of the season for his program.
It's going to be an exciting time. We turn around the next week and we go to Fayetteville, Arkansas, and get to hear the Woo Pig Sueys for their first game of the year. We know that place will be packed out. Then we make another road game to southeastern Louisiana, and then get to the first time in UNA history have a home game at a home on-campus stadium. I know so many people, from our president to our board to our AD, have had so much involvement in this, and our players are so excited about what's in store that first month of the season.
A familiar face will be on the opposing sidelines on August the 29th. Leading Sanford in the battle will be John Gross. The longtime head coach at Jacksonville State is heading to year 1 with Sanford. Now, Gross has recruited a lot of players from the Tennessee Valley, and he enjoys the fact that he'll get a chance to coach a game here. He's hoping that both teams can put on a great show for their fan bases.
I think it's going to be great for both fan bases because it's a close enough game. We're both about an hour and a half away, and people can get to the game and accessible. And what a great new stadium with the remodel they've had going on at Joe Davis. It'll look a little different than the last time I played there, which was I can't even remember when it was, a long time ago. But I think it's great for both schools.
Now, we spoke to Coach Gross and Coach Dearman for a while today, and those full interviews can be found out on our digital platforms, fox54.com, the Fox 54 YouTube page, and on the Fox 54 Plus streaming app. Download for free and watch on your TV. Now, kickoff on August the 29th is set for 6 p.m. The game will be played inside of Joe Davis Stadium. Streaming info is still TBD. We have ticket information on our website. Just go to fox54.com.
The countdown is on for a historic space mission slated to lift off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida on Wednesday at 6:24 p.m. local time. There's a 2-hour launch window to deal with any issues that may arise.
The rocket is healthy, the spacecraft on top of it is healthy, the crew is here and ready to go, and the weather's looking good.
On NASA's Artemis II voyage, the SLS rocket will launch the crew in the Orion capsule.
Liftoff of Artemis 1.
Artemis 1, the uncrewed 25-day mission launched in November 2022, orbited the moon. Artemis 2 is a 10-day slingshot trip around the moon and the first crewed flight test in the program.
The opportunity is immense for us to finally get the opportunity to send our crew farther than anyone's gone before. And it's an incredible moment for the Artemis generation.
4 astronauts will step aboard the spacecraft, 3 of them making history as the first woman, the first black man, and the first Canadian to go to the moon, assuming all goes as planned.
That's beautiful.
The last crewed lunar mission took place during NASA's Apollo program on Apollo 17. That was in December of 1972.
It's important because it's the first time we sent people to the moon in over 50 years. That's a long time.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Extremely exciting, especially for us here in the Rocket City. If you can't make it to the Space and Rocket Center, the launch window opens at 5:24 p.m. Of course, Wednesday. We'll have full coverage of the launch and the local celebrations right here on Fox 54 Plus and on our mobile app.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then, stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush, fast-paced news updates featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True Crime Warrior Style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look, to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app, available on Android and iOS devices, streaming 24/7.